tonight on First at 9 this Sunday the 5th of October 2025. Legacy of Service. TV Derana launches a 3-year project to nurture hidden athletic talent and win an Olympic medal for Sri Lanka as it celebrates the legacy of 20 years. Several entertainment events planned in celebration of Derana's anniversary. Power struggle. CEB engineers to commence non-cooperation with the ministry from tomorrow. Unions and consumer associations question the government's move to raise power tariffs. Fresh probes. Criminal Investigation Department to record a statement from Khadja's son. Weather alert. Alert issued for severe thunder showers across the island. 22 hikers stranded on Narangala mountain rescued by the army.
Kalin baby sir රුපියල් 90කට. Kalin baby පොඩි හැමෝටමයි.
This is Ada Derana First at 9. Live from Studio 24 in Colombo.
Good evening, you're joining First at 9, brought to you by Sri Lanka's most trusted news source, Ada Derana. I'm Tharindu Mahendra, joining you live with the latest in Sri Lanka and around the world. In your top story this evening, the national celebration of World Habitat Day was held today at Temple Trees under the patronage of President Anura Dissanayake. During the event, the ownership of 1,000 newly constructed houses were handed over to their occupants.
The national celebration of World Habitat Day was held today at Temple Trees under the theme A Place to Belong, A Beautiful Life. President Anura Dissanayake presided over the ceremony.
Lanka ප්‍රජාතාන්ත්‍රික සමාජවාදී ජනරජයේ ගරු ජනාධිපති අනුර කුමාර දිසානායක මැතිතුමන් මේ අවස්ථාවට සම්ප්‍රාප්ත වුණා.
During the event, 1,000 houses completed under the Housing Assistance Program implemented by the National Housing Development Authority were handed over to their occupants. The program aims to construct homes for nearly 4,000 impoverished families.
This year alone, we plan to build 3,846 houses under the Housing Assistance Program implemented by the National Housing Development Authority. In the first phase, we have made significant progress on 2,846 houses, with several now nearing completion. We are also working to address the housing needs of estate communities. Several housing initiatives have been launched under the Indian Aid Program. This month, 3 new projects will begin in Trincomalee, Ampara and Ratnapura. Additionally, 6 projects funded by China are currently underway, aiming to construct 1,996 houses. Within the next 2 years, we expect to hand over ownership of these houses to citizens across the country. In the President's maiden budget, special allocations were made to support displaced people in the northern and eastern provinces, helping to fulfill their housing needs. The implementation of this initiative was entrusted to the Ministry of Urban Development, Construction and Housing. As of now, 1,813 houses have been completed through this program.
ඔයාගේ හීන ලන්තයට අපිත් එක්ක යන්න අදම සනස ලයිෆ් එක ඉන්ෂුවර් වෙන්න.
Celebrating 20 years of excellence and service, TV Derana today officially launched the Derana Ritsbury Maubimata Veerek Ratata Sampatak initiative. A key part of the project is a reality show that will travel across the country, discovering hidden athletic talent and offering young athletes a pathway to the Olympics.
As TV Derana celebrates its 20-year journey, it took another major step today to commemorate 2 decades of service. Derana's journey to discover talented youth beyond Colombo led to the discovery of fast bowler Eshan Malinga for the men's national cricket team and Vishmi Gunaratna for the women's team. Derana's financial aid program Matu Derana has supported many talented sportsmen and sportswomen including Netmi Ahimsa, Chamodi Prabodha, Aruna Darshana and Yupun Abekon. Taking this mission another step forward, TV Derana officially launched the Derana Ritsbury Maubimata Veerek Ratata Sampadak project today in conjunction with its 20th anniversary. An awareness program regarding the project was aired today with the participation of the Derana Media Network's Deputy Chairman Laksiri Wickremage and Executive Director Madhava Madavala.
20 years ago, our journey began with small steps. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to the network's founders, Dilith Jayavira and Varuni Amunugama, for the freedom they granted us. However, this freedom came with one guideline. It was to move forward while protecting our culture and civility. What began as a small sapling has now grown into a strong tree with far-reaching branches. Derana is the country's national TV channel. We can be happy and proud about that. During the almsgiving ceremony, the Deputy Chief Prelate said that Derana created personalities instead of renting them. Just like that, if we move forward while preserving our culture, Derana will stand strong for another 100 years.
Under the new project, a reality show has been launched to uncover hidden talents from village to village and city to city. Young athletes competing in under 17 and under 19, 100 meters, 400 meters, 800 meters and javelin throw events are invited to apply for the competition.
We will go to every village in search of athletes. The selected athletes will be given a 3-year-long training. We expect to take them on a journey to earn an Olympic medal. This idea was not ours. It was Shehan Ambepitia's. He was the one who initiated it. Through the Derana Ritsbury Maubimata Virek project, we are planning to embark on a journey to discover hidden talents in the country. We will travel to every district and select many talented individuals and create a group to compete in 4 events: the 100 meters, 400 meters, 800 meters and javelin throw. Then we will take the group to the provincial level and they will compete again. We will provide them the best trainers for their training. Afterwards, we will take them to the 3rd round and the most talented athletes will be selected. Subsequently, we will hold the 2 final competitions and many talented athletes with untapped potential will be selected. We will provide them a 3-year-long training and we expect to achieve an Olympic medal for the country.
Derana Close Up Colombo Music Festival 2025.
Several entertainment events are set to be launched for TV Derana's 20th anniversary, including the Derana Close Up Colombo Music Festival 2025, which will be held on October 25th and 26th at the Vihara Mahadevi Open Air Theatre and the Lotus Tower. During the event, Sri Lankan music enthusiasts will have the opportunity to meet experts from the country's music industry on both dates at the Vihara Mahadevi Open Air Theatre for master classes, which are being held for the first time in Sri Lanka. Additionally, a completely free music concert is scheduled to kick off on October 25th from 7 p.m. onwards at the Lotus Tower, featuring popular singers and performances by the band Midlane. An EDM concert will also take place on October 26th from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. at the Lotus Tower. Tickets for the EDM concert can be booked online.
Renowned for reshaping Sri Lanka's media landscape, TV Derana has consistently set new standards in news, entertainment and public service. As Derana approaches the celebration of 20 years of excellence, here's a look back at our journey so far. 20 years ago, in an era where the country's media landscape was in need of fresh ideas and innovative concepts, TV Derana was birthed on the 11th October 2005, guided by the vision of Ape De Rakagena Alut De Aragena, which directly translates to conserve our own and embrace the new. Derana has since earned the unwavering trust of its viewers, elevating the standards of reality television, teledramas, entertainment, news and current affairs, and political programming across the nation.
Derana Little Star.
Shortly after its inception, TV Derana revolutionized the local television landscape by introducing Derana Little Star, a groundbreaking reality competition that showcased the remarkable talents of Sri Lankan children on a national platform. This was the first of its kind international quality television show that set new standards in Sri Lankan television history. TV Derana also made history by broadcasting the Miss Sri Lanka pageant live for the first time in 2006. Continuing its commitment to nurturing the arts, Derana has produced a diverse array of programs including Dream Star, City of Dance, 60 Plus, Derana Film Awards, Ada Derana Sri Lankan of the Year and Derana Aya Pranama, each contributing to the advancement of the country's cultural and artistic heritage.
Sri Lanka's #1 entertainment channel.
As a trailblazer in popular television, Derana has transformed Sri Lankan teledramas with acclaimed productions such as Sindhu, Attamma, Devaninima, Sangeete and Iskole. These works have set a new artistic benchmark, offering homegrown entertainment that rivals international content. Alongside entertainment, Ada Derana has emerged as the nation's foremost news provider, upholding the people's right to information for over 2 decades. Broadcasting from the largest and most technologically advanced news studio in South Asia, Ada Derana has pioneered the use of infographics and augmented reality to present complex international events. Ada Derana's major national broadcasts, including presidential and general election coverages, consistently rank among the country's most viewed programs. Beyond media, Derana has embraced its social responsibility through initiatives such as Manusat Derana and Little Hearts, delivering critical healthcare support, including kidney patient identification, PET scan equipment for the Maharagama Apeksha Hospital, pediatric cardiac care programs, national blood donation drives, and ambitious environmental projects such as the planting of 10 million saplings. Derana's social commitment extends to talent development with the Mathu Derana project, which identifies and elevates promising athletes to the international stage. In 2024, TV Derana marked a historic achievement by hosting Sri Lanka's largest 24-hour Vesak Dansal, the first such event organised by a media network. The channel also brought the joy of an international kite festival to the Goalface Green and gifted unforgettable experiences for children on World Children's Day this year, showcasing Sri Lanka's beauty from a new aerial perspective.
Sri Lanka's People's TV channel for 5.
As the first Sri Lankan channel to surpass 6 million subscribers on YouTube, TV Derana has solidified its leadership in digital media alongside its traditional broadcasts, expanding its reach and influence across social platforms. Approaching its 20th anniversary in 2025, TV Derana and Ada Derana proudly continue to hold the People's Award for the #1 and most trusted television channel and news source for multiple consecutive years. Rooted in a legacy of conserving our own and embracing the new, Derana remains committed to enriching the nation's knowledge, culture and entertainment. As it celebrates 2 decades of excellence, TV Derana stands ready to entertain, inform and inspire Sri Lanka for many years to come.
Derana, Sri Lanka's premium entertainment experience.
හොඳම ෆෝන් එකක් ගන්න. ළඟම අපාන්ස් එකට යන්න.
The World Education Fair 2025. Entrance free. Register now.
Ceylon Electricity Board unions and the Electricity Consumers Association are questioning the government's decision to increase electricity tariffs for the final quarter of this year. Meanwhile, the CEB Engineers Union has decided to commence non-cooperation with the ministry effective tomorrow over issues in the restructuring of the national power supplier.
The CB Engineers Union has announced that it will commence non-cooperation with the ministry effective 4:15 p.m. tomorrow. The decision comes in response to unresolved issues in the ongoing restructuring process. The association cites several key concerns, including the issuance of illegal letters of assignment, the creation of arbitrary organizational structures, violation of employees' rights, and the continuation of unlawful activities under the guise of restructuring. The association emphasizes that employees are not making making any new demands. They are simply asking to retain what they have always been entitled to. Therefore, the government must act without delay and fulfill these just demands.
සීලුම සේවාවන් වල ඉල්ලන්නේ තිබුණු දේවල් අලුත් දේවල් නෙමෙයි. එහෙනම් ආණ්ඩුව දිය යුතුයි. කිසිම කල්මැරීමක් කරන්න බෑ.
The Ceylon Electricity Board has submitted a proposal to the Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka seeking approval for a 6.8% increase in electricity tariffs for the final quarter of 2025. As part of the regulatory process, public consultations across all 9 provinces commenced on September 18th and are scheduled to continue until October 8th. The PUCSL is expected to announce its final decision on the proposed tariffs revision by October 15th. However, trade unions and civil society organizations criticized the consultation process, calling it ineffective and merely symbolic. They argue that public feedback is often disregarded during decision making, rendering the exercise fruitless.
According to the 2023 Auditor General's report, 23% of government's total tax revenue has been paid by the Ceylon Electricity Board. Consumers also contribute by paying 4.8% in social security taxes. The CEB pays VAT and other applicable taxes. So what's the issue? There's no actual loss to the electricity board as the cost has effectively become zero. We urge Nalinda Jayatissa and Vasantha Samarasinghe to attend public consultations on the 8th and present the reasons why electricity tariffs should be increased. We challenge them to make the statement publicly. If they are unable to do so, then there is no justification for increasing electricity prices.
Opposition leader Sajith Premadasa strongly criticizes the government's recent policy decisions, claiming they could have serious consequences for future generations. Addressing proposed changes in the education system and laws related to child discipline, Premadasa voiced concern over what he described as a growing disconnect between governance and societal values.
Another iteration of the opposition leader's mobile service program was held in Mihintale under the patronage of opposition leader Sajith Premadasa.
The current government, which appears to be in a questionable state of mental stability, is now introducing a series of proposals that risk damaging the future of our next generations. One of the most concerning among these is the decision to remove history as a compulsory subject in schools. That is, without a doubt, a deeply irresponsible move. In addition, they are attempting to amend laws to prohibit corporal punishment, preventing parents and teachers from disciplining children. Such policies strip away the ability of responsible adults to guide and correct children in a constructive and meaningful way. At the same time, the government now calls on the public to help build a better society. Let me be clear. I do not condone child abuse in any form, but that does not mean I stand against parents and teachers who genuinely strive to discipline and direct children onto the right path with good intentions. Adults must retain the freedom to raise and educate children responsibly. This government's attempt to entirely remove that freedom is fundamentally wrong. The Criminal Investigation Department will record a statement from the son of Aruna Vidanagamage alias Kajja. Kajja's son recently contradicted his mother's claim that his father was present in the suspicious vehicle following the one in which rugby player Wasim Tajuddin died.
The Criminal Investigation Department says it will record a statement from Induvara Vidanagamage, the eldest son of Aruna Vidanagamage alias Kajja. This comes after Induvara Vidanagamage contradicted his mother's claim that Kajja had been present in the suspicious vehicle following the one in which rugby player Wasim Tajuddin died. However, the CID yesterday stated that investigations had confirmed Kajja's presence in the vehicle in question. The CID says it will show the CCTV footage prior to Tajuddin's death to other relatives of Kajja and have them identify whether the individual following the rugby player was their relation. Meanwhile, the Halfsdorp Magistrates Court has authorized police to detain the brother-in-law of criminal figure Bako Saman for 7 days for further interrogation. The suspect was arrested recently upon information revealed by Bako Saman. In the meantime, 7 suspects involved in distributing narcotics to several areas in the southern province, including Baddegam and Habaraduwa, were arrested today, while in possession of 5.6 kilograms of the narcotic hash. Police said 6 of the arrests followed information revealed by a suspect arrested earlier today named Midigama Rana, an associate of the criminal figure Midigama Ruan. The suspects, who claimed to be fishermen, had told police that they had been selling the consignment of narcotics after finding it floating in the ocean.
The Department of Meteorology has issued an amber alert for severe lightning across several provinces, including the northern, north central, eastern, Uva and northwestern provinces and the Mathale district. Thunder showers with intense lightning and possible strong winds are expected in these areas. The public is urged to take precautions, remain indoors and avoid open fields, plantations and bodies of water during storms. Additionally, it is recommended to avoid using wired telephones and electrical appliances. For emergency assistance, the public is requested to contact local disaster management authorities. Amid the prevailing adverse weather, 22 young hikers stranded on Narangala mountain in Badulla were safely rescued by the Sri Lanka Army yesterday evening following a challenging 2-hour operation. The group had set out to camp overnight on the mountain but was caught off guard by sudden heavy rain and strong winds. As weather conditions worsened, they were unable to descend and found themselves in serious danger. Thanks to the swift response by the 12th Army Brigade headquarters in Al-Dalua, all individuals were brought safely to the base of the mountain without injury. Welcome back. Small and medium-scale rice mill owners and farmers associations claim that the control price must be altered in view of the shortage of Kiri Samba rice in the market. This call comes in the context where consumers and rice retailers have been complaining of the lack of action on the Kiri Samba shortage that has persisted for several weeks. The control price of a kilogram of Kiri Samba is 260 rupees, but several instances of it being retailed for as much as 300 rupees have been reported. Chairman of the Aralia Group, Dudley Sirisena, claims that the shortage is a result of lower than expected harvests. However, farmers associations and small and medium-scale rice mill owners accuse large-scale mill owners of creating an artificial shortage to inflate prices. Sri Lanka's average coconut prices have rose by 6.8% at the weekly auction on Thursday, with 1,000 nuts fetching around 138,582 rupees. The number of nuts offered and sold also increased significantly, reaching over 680,000 offered and 578,000 sold. In local markets, wholesale prices for large coconuts ranged from 180 to 190 rupees, while smaller nuts sold for 150 to 170 rupees each. Retail prices stood between 195 and 205 rupees per nut. Farm gate prices in Kurunegala were 125 to 150 rupees, while copra traded at 100,000 to 125,000 rupees per 250 kilograms. Coconut oil wholesale prices ranged from 800,000 to 950,000 rupees per metric ton. Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency by market value, hit a record high today at $125,245.57 after a 2.7% gain. Bitcoin's previous record value was $124,480 in mid-August, buoyed by friendly regulations from US President Donald Trump's administration and strong demand from institutional investors. The cryptocurrency rose for an 8th straight session, bolstered by recent gains in US equities and inflows into Bitcoin exchange-traded funds. In contrast, the US dollar retreated this Friday, posting multi-week losses against major currencies as uncertainty surrounding a US government shutdown clouded the outlook and delayed key data releases such as payrolls, critical for gauging the economy's direction. Welcome back. In international developments, US President Donald Trump has authorized the deployment of 300 National Guard troops to Chicago amid rising crime and unrest. The move came hours after immigration authorities said they faced off with protesters in the Democrat-run city and shot an armed woman when she and others rammed their cars into law enforcement vehicles. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker called the deployment a manufactured crisis, joining other Democratic leaders who oppose federal troop use in cities without state consent. A federal judge recently blocked a similar deployment to Portland, calling it unconstitutional. Though crime in Chicago has declined, recent violence such as 58 shootings over Labor Day keeps tensions high. Legal challenges to the deployment are likely. Typhoon Matmo strengthened before making landfall in China, prompting the government to evacuate 150,000 people from southern Guangdong province. With winds reaching 151 kilometers per hour, China's weather agency issued its highest level red warning. Hainan province cancelled all flights, public transport and business operations starting yesterday. Heavy rainfall of up to 249 millimeters is expected in some areas. After landfall, the storm is forecast to move towards Yunnan province and northern Vietnam. That's all for tonight from First at 9. For the latest developments around the clock, stay in touch with Ada Derana, the Sri Lankan news brand of international excellence. Thank you for joining. Have a great night.
For news and information you can trust 24 hours a day, visit adaderana.lk.